What's going on, you guys? It's your host with the most, Kensu, back again. I'm always back again, right? But yes. So here we are, the last video of the bunch from ARCSYS. You know I had to save this for last. I know a lot of you guys have been messaging me. Where's the Geo video? Come on, we know you got it. We know you got it. We know you've been working on it. Where is it? So I wanted to let it sit a little bit, let it bake, and really just take my time out to really iron out all the findings of this video. And as a disclaimer, I will tell you guys in advance, this was not the best display of Giovanna, in my honest opinion. So I had to really look and dig deep for things that I think that was very valuable for you guys. But this is still a display of Giovanna nevertheless. A lot of you guys know that I'm looking forward to playing this character alongside Chip. Basically, I'll be playing both Chip and Giovanna as main characters for this game. Despite all that, I did find quite a good bit. And I do believe she's going to be a good character. But we can save all that for the recap. I want to say thank you guys for watching all the previous videos. It's definitely a blessing to have you guys around and communicate as you guys have been in the comments. It's good to see that. It's very good to see people being very positive and, you know, wanting to learn more about Strive, especially through me, which, you know, thank you so much for that. With that being said, let's move forward and check out what this video has to offer, because let me tell you, Giovanna, she's looking pretty sick. All right, first round already off the bat. Giovanna jumping up and down, bouncing up and down, ready to get it started. All right, Kai, big counter hit early on. Oh, nice forward punch from Kai. So I definitely want to talk about this very briefly. Kai's anti-air game has always been a very huge thing for him, and his forward punch, this move here, has always been one of his lifelines outside of crouching heavy slash. This game, it seems like both crouching heavy slash and forward punch are very strong tools, as you can see here already. As you can see here, his forward punch leads to a lot of damage, plus wall break, and the meter gain from the wall break. So pretty sizable stuff here. Kind of like a general thing you'll see in the game that might happen consistently with Kai. Let's move on and see what else we got here. Post anti-air. Damage. Boom. Already at half tension from Kai. And now they're fighting at Starbucks. Look at the meter gain. Oh, nice punish there from Gio. Good throw. We're in there like swimwear. Good anti-air. No follow-up, which is unfortunate. Ooh. This move here, I kind of want to talk about really briefly again. Giovanna's flying knee here. This move looks extremely beast mode. And I'm sure you guys are probably like, why? Why is this beast mode? Well, already you can see this move kind of like high profiles, aka goes over lows. So I could see it being a really strong counter hit tool against people who want to stop her approach with, like, you know, long range normals, long range low normals and whatnot. So it's looking pretty solid. We'll definitely revisit this soon. And then what looks to be like her far slash here, she goes into step kick, boom, boom. That's looking like one of her strongest pokes here, to be honest. Oh, no one's there on the anti-air. Nice pressure. Here we go. Blocks dust. Okay, here we go. Now we get to see. Aww. Really hoping we was going to be able to see the wolf mode. But ARCSYS, see what you did there. Nice punish here. Nice. So already you're seeing use of her far slash, because she instant blocks here. As you can see at the top right, we have just. And there was no special cancel here from Kai. Boom. Now, it didn't say punish. So I'm kind of curious if that really is a punish or not. But it definitely seemed to punish the recovery. So we'll just take a look at it one more time. Boom, boom. Yeah, it didn't say punish. So I'm really wondering if that is a punish or not. But we'll see as time goes on. Moving forward. Pretty good damage also if that is a punish. far slash step kick. Looking pretty good. Okay, big fireball pressure here from Kai. Just no punish. Kai laying on lots of pressure here. Big fireball pressure. FD's out. Alright, Giovanna pressure time. This move here actually is quite interesting. Essentially, this is, if you ever play Street Fighter, this move seems like Cammy's cannon drill. This move right here. And for what it's worth, it has a lot of pushback. And you'll see here the Giovanna player backdashes here as Kai tries to punish, which leads me to believe that her, the way this move's gonna work would be a kind of a bait and switch type deal, which we'll discuss later. But this is quite interesting thinking about the pushback this move actually has. Let's continue. No block on the overhead. Here we go. Crossover. Oh, no conversion. Pressure into throw. Bar cancel out. Burst. Step kick. She's in there. She's like, no. Stay in the corner, buddy. Not getting out of here. She's like, what are you doing? Did you guys see that? She's like, hey, man. I said you can't leave the corner, dude. I have 50 meter. Okay? I'm going to Roman cancel, and we're going to get in there. Okay? Now let's continue. Good anti-air. Oh, no full-on conversion. Sweet big fireball. Here comes Kai. Good pressure. Good throw. Don't forget, shock state is in play right now. Giovanna does have the electrical effect around here. Shock state gone. Oh, it's back now because she got hit. Oh! Step kick. No follow-ups. Here we go. We got the dust overhead. Big damage. Man. Friends. Can we take a moment and just like say a prayer for Kai's HP? That's a lot of HP to take for that dust. Let's see. How much risk build was in play prior to that? Just one button's worth. Woo! And that dust attack on its own did so much damage, you guys. Are you seeing this? Dude. Knock him down. Let's get it back to neutral. Now, this was something I found quite interesting about dust attacks. So let's note something here. And this is kind of like a system thing, mind you. I know it's just across the board. So let's get back to this point here where the dust connects. Okay, so let's keep in mind that Giovanna was on the player 1 side. Okay, and post combo. Now Gio returns back to the player 2 side. Okay, so you're not really. It's seeming like you don't really get to keep your general side that you were on initially. The game kind of puts you back to neutral state. Obviously, we know that, but it puts you back to neutral state based on your player 1 or player 2. This is what it's looking like to me. I could be wrong, but that seems to be the case from what I've seen currently. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if maybe I'm looking at something incorrect. But let's move forward. Alright, we got Dragon Install in effect here from Kai. So, we've seen Kai's Dragon Install previously. It does give him a power up. Oh boy. Alrighty, hold on now. Wake up DP into stand jab super? Percival? Is that you? Is this Grand Blue? Oh. That Diary Claire. Friends. Are we seeing the risk build on this Diary? Woo! Hello? Why'd I do so much? Boom, 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 boom. Okay. That risk gauge is looking pretty scary for Giovanna. That was like a full risk build there. That's scary. It's looking like that's going to do it for this this game. Okay, Kai. I see you, my dude. I see you. ARCSYS and Worse is doing a good job to let people know Kai is still pretty good and that you should probably play Kai. I feel you. But I'm here for Gio. Now that this match is done with, let's cut to the recap and let's see what we've learned. Alright, you guys, before we get to the recap, I just want to remind you guys, a lot of you guys who are watching these videos from me, some of you guys are actually not subscribed to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it if you took the time out real quick, just hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you can stay up to date with things that are coming from this channel. All that pretty much just helps me grow here on YouTube. It does wonders. So if you could do that and help your boy out, I'd greatly appreciate it. Alright, so let's look at the recap of what we got here for Kai. So for starters, I think it's really safe to say across the board from everything that we've seen so far, his neutral game and his pressure are really solid from what we have seen thus far. His forward punch is still a great anti-air, leading to great damage output, and obviously if you get to the corner, you get the wall break, you can extend it and get the meter gain buff as we saw in this video. So in addition to what we've seen so far with the damage output coming from the forward punch, we also got to see Dragon Install in the previous video, and now we get to see it here again, right? But the thing that I caught here was that his counter hit Dragon Punch, and it looks like it's the slash version, which is pretty common for him across the board in all games. The slash version tends to give him combos on counter hit. This is no exception. It seems that he lands just enough in time, and it launches the opponent high enough for him to land just in time to hit Standing Punch into Ride the Lightning and take you to the corner, and do pretty solid damage for what it's worth. Like, it's not super duper amazing, super duper high. Maybe that would change if there was risk build involved, but it still seems like it's pretty solid damage, and it takes to the corner. That was basically corner to corner, you guys. That's pretty huge on a reversal if you think about it. Of course, he has the option to Roman cancel it as well to kind of stay safe if it doesn't go the right way for him. So it's pretty standard across the board in Guilty Gear with uppercuts, but just so you know that he does have that option available to him. So in addition to his uppercut linking into Ride the Lightning from Standing Punch, we also get to see the Dragon Install version of Dire Eclair. Definitely seems like it builds risk fairly well in Dragon Install and outside of Dragon Install. In Dragon Install, it seems to add an additional 2 hits to it. The initial hit without Dragon Install is just a single hit and it knocks down. Dragon Installs, added hits, and higher risk build. So essentially, Kai and Dragon Install will be a risk build monster. Sounds kind of scary when you think about it, because his neutral's already good, his normals are already good, his pressure's already good outside of Dragon Install, and now you get Dragon Install in play, and all that just gets amplified, and there's no timer on it. So you may have to plan around killing Kai a little bit. You basically have to plan around his guts, because not killing him essentially allows him to get into that mode, barring he has the meter. And if he has it, he becomes a super character at the end of the game. So in a sense, you can look at Kai's Dragon Install as pretty balanced. I think it's a great addition to his gameplay. It's a little interesting that he doesn't have a timer on it, and this entire time in the series, Soul's always had like an invisible timer on it. So it kind of leaves kind of a question, like, why does Kai get to do this with Soul? But there's other factors surrounding that. Soul could have done it in previous games at any point in time as long as he had the meter. So it is a little bit different based on how it works. So it's okay. Sorry, Soul players. It's just kind of what it is right now. So that's enough on Kai. We've seen enough of him. We already know about this guy. We're all here for the Gio, right? You guys are here for the Giovanna. I'm here for the Giovanna. So let's look at Giovanna and see what we figured out. First thing to take note of is that she doesn't have a traditional run like all the other characters in Guilty Gear. Normally, she has a step dash similar to Johnny and Leo. Her backdash seems to have good range, allowing her to get into whiff bait punish situations. So in other words, she'll do, like I showed you guys previously, you can use her cannon drill type move and backdash, off of it and see if your opponent may try to swing or may try to punish. Obviously, this would change if that move gets instant blocked, and so forth and so forth. There's like a whole nother meta surrounding it, but just know that is like I think that will probably end up being a fairly common situation with her pertaining to that move in particular, and maybe even her step kick for that matter. So there's some things to note about her backdash. This next thing I'm going to get into made me extremely happy, and it is that her ground normals and her normals as a whole seem extremely good and have great range. I think a lot of people were anticipating Gio kind of being like the next Jam and not really having much range, you know, because Jam is more of an inside fighter, whereas to Giovanna seems to be able to play both up close and at that mid range with her far slash, something that Jam didn't really have. So this is really cool to see that she has really solid footsies that I believe can contend with a lot of the cast. And in particular for that, it's her far slash. And I think that her far slash is going to most likely be her go-to move in neutral. I would also say her standing kick would be the second move to go to as well, but far slash in particular is what that move looks like, at least to me. Could be her standing heavy, hard to say, but that leads into her step kick, and it's really good, right? So it's really good to see that she has like pretty much a go-to footsie tool that has what looks to be a safe attack ender, which would be the step kick. Her knee hop looks to be a pretty good low crush and especially cancelable. It will most likely be great against those that like to use quick lows up close and or long range lows to stifle her approach. So I think this is gonna, you know, pretty much size up to be a really good move in pressure and just being able to initiate pressure, you know. Now, although we only get a glimpse of her special mode, it's pretty clear that ARCSYS wants us to use her and see that mode for ourselves. It's a pretty good marketing trick, ARCSYS. I see you. Now that we've pretty much covered the recap, I do have some closing words and thoughts for you guys that I think you should take into consideration. As an addendum to all this, I would encourage you guys watching to understand that this is promotional footage for marketing purposes, and we won't really get the full story on the characters until the beta comes out next week. And even then, that information in which that we find is also subject to change upon official release. So pretty much up until we get the final build, we don't really have the full story. We're just kind of playing bits and pieces and kind of playing connect the dots with all this. So let's remember to not jump to conclusions and just try to observe and try to theory craft as much as we can. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the new format. This has been really fun to do. It takes a little bit more time for me to do this, but I think this has been the best way to make this very digestible for you guys, and I'm having a lot of fun doing this. So remember, don't forget to follow the channel. I'm gonna get up out of here. You guys stay safe in these COVID streets. See you guys in the next video. Peace.